Teutonic Knights are the most dominant group leading the world according to some conspiracists. Even if they lost World War II, after Operation Paperclip they were organized in more hidden and more powerful than before. Here is a summary of their deep roots. Cathars, owners of Holy Grail. The Nazi movement grew from occultist and secret societies Freemasonry, the Illuminati, the Germanenorden, the Teutonic Knights, and the Thule Society. Nazis believed the Cathars held the Holy Grail, as mentioned in Eschenbach's Perceval. Nazis excavated the fortress at Montsegur and the Languedoc where Cathars lived. Nazis were obsessed with finding hollows of the Grail castle. Hitler was additionally infatuated with Grail romances glorified in Wagner's works. He saw himself as a Grail knight, thus, Hitler exalted the SS members as equal to the Teutonic Knights and the Knights of the Round Table. Hollywood's Indiana Jones trilogy has depicted its version of the Nazi quest for Grail hallows. In the real quest, the explorers obtained an ancient lance mythologized to have been the lance of Charlemagne, known also as the Spear of Longinus, named after the centurion that pierced the side of Jesus at the crucifixion. The Jerusalem treasure included the Grail, tablets of the testimony, the Emerald Cup, the Ark of the Covenant, numerous scrolls holding ancient occult knowledge, gold coins, copper scrolls, and the Spear of Longinus. Otto Scorzeni sent a one-word telegram signed with his nickname, Scar, on March 15, 1944 to Berlin that read, Eureka. Berlin returned the telegram to Scorzeni signed, Reichsführer, stating, well done. Congratulations. Watch the sky tomorrow at noon, await our arrival. Treasure contained thousands of Roman gold coins, fragments of wood they believed belonged to the Ark of the Covenant as well as other gold items from the Temple of Solomon, indecipherable inscriptions on 12 pre-runic tablets, a silvery goblet, Grail with precious jewels flaunting 3 inscribed gold plaques with cuneiform script, a large number of religious objects made of gold and silver inlaid with precious jewels, and a large volume of precious stones in various sizes and shapes. Rosenberg and Himmler are believed to have handed out medals at Montsegur in the spring of 1944, honoring the discoveries. The famous lance of Charlemagne, also remembered as the Spear of Destiny in Grail lore, is now kept on display in the Habsburg Museum in Vienna. The lance Hitler sought was variantly thought to be the infamous spear or rod of the Anunnaki, Nephilim kings rooted in the Ring Lord tradition. The rod of the Anunnaki, Nephilim was referred to then as the rule of government. In this world, the real kingship belongs to angelic Cain, Nephilims, so legends of royalty always include these beings in the background. Brahman? Von Liebenfels was an Austrian political and racial theorist and occultist, believed antediluvian, Aryan mystery cults were devoted to deviant sex with subhuman dwarfs, likely another mythos of DNA manipulation or interbreeding, much like dwarf aliens now do with humans and dwarf fairies did in Celtic mythology. Liebenfels further published an anti-Semitic journal called the Ostara. The Ordo Novi Temple heavily influenced both Hitler and Himmler, who wove the order's rituals into the SS and drew large doses of symbolism from Liszt's Germanenorden that represented the ancient Indo-Aryan highest caste of hereditary priest kings, the Brahman. Aryans versus Semitics. In 1918, a Germanenorden faction spawned a new order, the Thule Society. This was the Munich Lodge. It was led by Rudolf von Sabetendorf, who added Vril, a mysterious potency held within certain bloodlines that will engender a future race of superior beings, and Volkish doctrine to the society. The Thule Society was dedicated to destroying the Aryans' racial enemy. The society members were Atlanteans, Teutonic Knights. Their adversaries have always been the pure seed of Adam, the Semites, and the children of Yahweh. Thule Teuton Knights. Thule was a mythic German homeland believed to be a Teutonic Atlantis. This dark, occultist, Ariosophic organization readily adopted Thule as its own alternative Atlantis and home of its ancestral Aryan people. Ariosophy maintained a cosmology where members of an original, semi-divine Aryan race had fallen from grace and lost their superhuman powers through inbreeding with mundane mortals. The Thule Society was an Aryan order immersed in black magic and Satanism, just as Atlantis was immersed in the black arts. In Himmler's eyes, the infamous SS was a reincarnated Teutonic order, or the Knights of King Arthur's Round Table. Mithras as German religion, father of light, the great architect. Nazis argued that Christianity was infected with the spirit of Semitism. The Bible had promoted a false image of Jesus, and Jesus was a pantheist of Indo-German origin. For them, Ariosophy was the cult of Mithras, a foremost Gnostic and numinous religion, a populous cult of the pre-Christian world, including Rome. Its grand secret was the precession of the equinoxes, which tracks the sun through the zodiac. Mithraism recognized the Father of Light, also known as the Great Architect, as its god, as did Zoroastrians and the Freemasons. National Socialism was based in esoteric Rosicrucian doctrine that demanded the genesis to superbeings, a new master race of supermen. This was the Rosicrucian Vril doctrine of Volkish ideology, where supermen are created through something special in the blood. Hitler believed the mixing of pure bloodlines was the original sin in the world. Hitler believed Hans Hoebiger, author of Glacial Cosmology, was one of history's three greatest astronomers. The Nazis readily adopted his cosmology. He believed giants recorded in Sumerian, and biblical lore dominated the antediluvian world. Under this theosophist doctrine, Nazis believed non-human visitors, great masters who secretly guide human evolution, came to Earth long ago. They produced through gene manipulation a divine hybrid being, a kind of God-man, during the age of Atlantis, which the Nazis believed the original Germans descended from.